I managed to time that well. So I'm talking how to food and the basics of healthy eating. And so, yeah, I thought most appropriate to show you in my kitchen here. And yeah, first of all, we talk about whole food and clean eating and what does that really mean. So I just wanted to, 2 seconds. If you're here, please send me a comment, Hannah. Yeah, it's nice to hear from you all when you're watching. And so, yeah, whole food and clean eating, the basics of that is, first of all, we want to be choosing food that's as close to its natural state as possible. And what that means is that it's made more so by nature and less by factory processed in a man-made way. And when we are buying processed food or anything with a label on it, the best spot to look is on the nutritional label is not so much the nutritional panel, but the ingredients. And so by looking at the ingredient list, it's all ordered by the most containing things to the least. So the first 5 ingredients that you look at on your ingredient list, it's going to give you a fairly good idea of what is in the thing you're buying. So whether there's a lot of sugar content in there, salt, and then another thing to look out for too is the preservatives and the other things in the food that isn't necessarily nature. So if it looks more like a scientific kind of name for something, a chemical name, numbers, things like that, then it's less likely that your body knows what to do with it versus natural, whole, real food that we talk about. Your body knows what to do with it because you are from nature and the food is from nature. So that's a kind of simple rule of thumb. And really that kind of brings us back to eating fruit and vegetables and eating whole grains and things like that. And again, the whole grain concept is not so much, whole grain pasta. It's more like the actual, like using quinoa, like using the whole thing, again, hasn't been refined, done by machines. And it's so that your body can get all of the nutrients and get all of the nourishment and things that nature can offer us in our food so that we can then go and nail it at work, have heaps of energy and feel like we're getting the most out of our food rather than wondering why at 3 o'clock in the afternoon we're getting cravings and depleted energy and sort of feeling a bit bloated. And all of those other digestional symptoms of physical symptoms in the body. And so if we're eating food that our body knows what to do with it, then we're more likely to thrive. And so when I say that, a lot of it is vegetables, fruit and vegetables, and fresh is best in that case. So whether you're buying fruit and vegetable from the supermarket or from, say, the fruit store farmer's market, it's an awesome approach is eating seasonally. So again, your body knows what to do with it because we're in the it's grown in the season that we're living in here. So a lot of the fruit and vegetables in the supermarket, for example, are imported from overseas. They've also been kept in storage at perfect temperatures for quite a while. So the longer fruit and vegetable sits around in these conditions, the less nutrients it has to offer as well. And so a really good way of knowing what is seasonal, what has been grown locally, is shopping at your farmer's market. And while that's a really awesome, wholesome weekend activity, as well as, kind of being a bit more connected to your food and turning it into a bit of a ritual, whether it's like going to the farmer's market on a Sunday and having a lot more involvement with what types of foods you're putting in your body and then preparing it with love rather than kind of leaving that up to a factory or somebody else to buy in this packaged food or fast food and things like that. So it's really bringing in like a lot more awareness around the types of foods that you're choosing as well. Hey everybody, I can see you sending me love. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say with that. Food is really everything we put in our mouth is sending our body messages on a cellular level. So again, if it's fresh fruit and vegetables, then there's the most energy and the most nutrients and the most healthy, thriving information that's coming from that food. So that was just another tip that I wanted to add. And then cooking, so keeping it simple. What's wrong with like meat and 3 veg? Like I actually am all about that. Or if you don't eat meat, like a similar sort of protein, but keeping the simple approach to cooking and using your fresh vegetables and then using things like spices. I love using spices in my cooking and kind of mixing it up that way in different sauces and kind of having those sort of staple flavors around you in your kitchen and adding that as part of the way you approach cooking as well, and just keeping it simple rather than thinking you have to create these like MasterChef kind of things. I keep my food probably looks really like intricate and amazing when I take a photo of it, but really like it's basic. Like we're talking vegetables and spices and like a certain type of meat, fish, or non-meat protein. And so that's sort of the way I want to teach you guys, is not so much to overcomplicate food, but get back to basics. And again, everybody will know what to do with it. And so on that note, in July, I am actually yet to officially launch it, but having a workshop that is my kitchen staples. So the basics of healthy eating in terms of what to have in your pantry, what I have in my pantry, mainly. I'm kind of going to share that because I've been asked that quite a lot, what I make most of my food from and what my kitchen is never without. So that is the preface of my next workshop. And if you're interested, so it's actually in my kitchen here in Auckland. And jump on board. I can pop the link in here if you want to get a ticket, or if you have friends in Auckland, you can send them along as well. And that is all from me now. I hope this has been very helpful. Have a wonderful day. See you all.